It's Tim Albright with AVNation at InfoComm 2017 with my buddy Garth from Atlona. How are you, sir?
I'm great, Tim. How are you?
Good. We're following each other around the country and around the world.
That's right. From Amsterdam to Orlando,
yep.
And San Diego for me next.
Me too. Me too. That's where CEDIA has landed this year.
Absolutely.
Not quite sure where it will land next year. So.
San Diego again next year.
Again? Okay.
And then I believe we're going to go back to the Rocky Mountain State for a couple of years after that one.
Excellent. Back to Denver. Denver was a popular one for CEDIA.
Great location. Yeah. Centralized in the country. Great craft brew. What more do you need at CEDIA?
Well, nothing. There's a couple other manufacturers had a couple other things in Denver that we won't talk about.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
That's the subject for another podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast about legalizing things and stuff. You guys have got a couple things, and if you're not familiar with Atlona, you guys have got small products and some bigger ones too, but you're a small company in the middle of Silicon Valley.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. Ilya and the guys that started Atlona have got the not just the entrepreneur spirit, obviously, because they started a company, but the Silicon Valley mindset, I guess, is the best way to put
really do. And the neat thing about Atlona, not only is it the classic American dream, two Russian brothers starting a business out of their garage, literally, and then finding the solutions that worked for people, and then eventually developing those into much larger and larger products. But they really have adopted that Silicon Valley innovative feel. It's still a very young company. We celebrate our 15th anniversary next year. Wow. We hire a lot of local talent, but also a lot of local talent in many regions around the country. Yeah. And worldwide at large. So you've got this synergy of talents from multiple cultures, multiple places, all driving this. But we all have one thing in mind. How can we make our lives easier for our customers? And our customers could be our partners who distribute our products, the integrators who install our products, and we're even beginning to reach out more to the education customer base and increasingly to the consultant base.
Oh, wow. If you had to describe Atlona in maybe one word or one sentence to somebody who just walks up to your booth here at InfoComm, what would you say? An
innovative company responsive to your needs.
There you go.
Because they already understand AV. Yeah. We're not going to tell anybody anything they don't want to know about our industry. If they need to know, of course, we've got Atlona Academy, so we're here to teach them everything they want to know as well. But they understand what they need, but they need it in an easier way, and they want to be able to pick up the phone and get somebody to help them through the solution that they're working on today, or heaven forbid, the problem that they're working on today.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned that, whether it's an engineer working on a design or it's a tech in the field, trying to get this system up and running and commissioned.
Yep. Remember, these are guys and gals working late into the night. Yep. They're sitting on a spool of wire. They're trying to write code. They're trying to get everything talking to them. They got a TV from one manufacturer. They got something else from someone else, and they got to get this all working together. They got to reach out to somebody because our product is in the middle.
Yeah.
You've got that switcher in the middle. Even if they're working on the big OmniStream product and they're still running it over the network, they've got that name in there. Okay, that's who I need to reach out to. Yep. Hopefully they can solve my problem.
All right, since ISE in February, what's new that you guys are showing here?
Well, what's new for this show at InfoComm, we've launched a couple of things. We have, on the small side, we have a very cool tool in a one-gang box. We're now able to take an HDMI and USB source with a 2x1 switcher to an HDBaseT output. So imagine
in a
one-gang box. So now on your podium, on your wall, on a floor box, depending upon if you've got the depth for it, you can now plug in these new range of computers with a USB connector on it or HDMI, and it'll auto switch between the two. You also have control ports on there as well if you need to run control on the outside. We can run that over HDBaseT up to 100 meters and onto our CLSO series of switchers, for example. So you've got this remote switcher to a much larger product that's sitting in the rack somewhere.
You said it's auto switches, so which one is predominant then?
It will actually just follow the last one you put in.
Okay, so first in, first out.
First in, first out.
All right, very good.
Yeah, so that's new for us at the show. So that solves the problem in how do I shrink down your two-gang unit down to a one-gang, and how do I accommodate that new USB-C? We're the first ones to do it. The other thing we've launched at the show this year is a small PTZ camera designed to work with our now twice award-winning HDV, thanks for letting me plug that, the HDVS 300 soft codec conferencing system, which in and of itself is a really neat tool for small rooms and huddle spaces. So now in one device, you can take audio, video, control, USB, and power over a single category cable. So with the receiver up at the television set, you have a USB port up there, as well as control ports and another HDMI input. And then we can bring that all in back down to the transmitter side, where you plug in your laptop, and that's where you're running your soft codec conferencing system, whether you're running web meetings or web2go or what have you, right?
Yeah.
And so now, with this problem solver, our PTZ camera, we've allowed our partners who might not already have a partner that they work with for cameras to know that they've got a full Atlona solution for this room.
Wow.
And at this show, we're doing something even better. Not only do we have a live presentation of the 300 and the camera, but we have a strategic partnership with Sennheiser. And they've brought in their Team Connect wireless. And so now, via USB, we can take their audio system and plug it in to our HDBaseT 300. So now you've got audio for audio capture and playback, because the Team Connect product has a speaker built into it. The PTZ camera for acquisition of the room, and then all of the multiple inputs that we have on the HDBaseT 300 for a complete meeting solution.
And that's all through you, so they don't have to go to Sennheiser and purchase that?
The Sennheiser partnership is an alliance.
Okay.
So our partners...
So they purchase that separately, but they can bring it all together?
Yep, but the camera and the HDBaseT 300 is from us.
All right. Is that shipping now? Is it shipping in 6 months?
The camera will be shipping at the end of the month.
Okay.
And then the HDBaseT 300 has been shipping for a while.
All right, very good.
All available.
Anybody who wants to get a hold of you or find Atlona, become a dealer, or they're in education, they want to purchase your product, how do they do that?
They get a hold of us through Atlona.com. One-stop shopping. It's all right there.
All right, Garth, thank you so much, sir. I
appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Garth from Atlona. My name is Tim Albright. If you want to find us, you can find us at AVNation.tv.